Hi y'all, Easy Slider here with an answer to an often asked question. Can my long distance relationship partner come to visit me in my country? You know, that sounds like a really easy question to answer, so let's answer it and then move on, okay? Alright, the answer is yes. No. Like many other things pertaining to our long-distance relationship, it has a hidden side. So what's the real answer? Well, let's look at the yes and let's look at the no and get these things figured out. All of you know, as we travel from country to country, we have certain rules, and yeah, that old visa trick thing certainly applies here. So what's the visa rule for them coming here? The tourist visa allows them to, come and visit for a set number of days. And that sounds good, Let's do it. Wait, not so fast, Tiger. You see, often these visas aren't given to just any Filipino woman. It depends a lot on her status. Let me give you an example. When she applies for a visa to come here as a tourist, they look at her and they decide what real physical connection she has to her country. Does she have a house? Does she own land? Does she have a job like a doctor or a lawyer or something? Well, if she don't have anything that's really solid, they're a little concerned that she may not want to come home, and then when she gets to America, she just stay. So the simplest thing for them to do is that they just don't give her a visa. Okay? On the other hand, if she's a landowner or has a house, she's a doctor or a lawyer, a politician, then they feel she has pretty good reason to return home, so they're not reluctant to give her a visa. And I can make a good example of this. I know a lot of people on here watch the Filipino P. All right? Recently, the P came to America. Well, if they were looking at P for a visa, they would say, here's somebody that is strongly established in the Philippines. She's well known. She's just recently been building her mother and father a home. And, she has a connection with family. And she's financially stable. So she's probably going to come home. So, sure, let's give the P a visa. And that's kind of how it goes, okay? So, what's another option? Well, I'm going to tell you, the simplest and easiest way for you to meet face to face with her, by far the easiest way, is for you to go there, for you to go to the Philippines. For American and a lot of other people, a lot of other Westerners, it's easy to get a visa. You get a 28-day visa, and all you have to have is your passport. It's really simple. No special rules and no checking into everything. You just have a passport that has 6 months left on it, and it's easy to get that visa. Hey y'all, sometimes we all just need a little help, right? Well, I need your help. I talk to so many people that's going through this LDR journey, and they find it difficult to get the information that they need. And sometimes the information that they get from friends or whatever is not the best information they could get. I've helped a lot of people through this journey, and I want to help more. That's just my goal in life, okay? And so I can't do it without you. I need you. I need you to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that will help the channel grow, and we can get the exposure that we need to talk to these people. And I want you to understand something. I want you to understand how important the role that you're playing is. It helps tremendously, and I do need you. So remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And hey, it's free. Now, let's get back to where we were on the topic we were talking about. Thank you. I think it'd be good for me to mention right now the requirements for a long-distance relationship marriage, LDR marriage. And one of the requirements is that you meet face-to-face. within a 2-year period of time before your paperwork will be approved. You've got to meet them. And remember, I've told you this before, you have to prove everything. And it's no different here. It's the same. You have to prove that you actually went there. Show them your plane ticket. You have to prove that you actually stayed there. Show them your hotel bill. You have to prove you were with her. Show them pictures of you and her together doing certain things, going places. And it's back to the old prove it game, so just be prepared for that. But I'll tell you what, at this point, let's look at the bright side. What a great vacation you're going to have. Hey, the catchphrase over there is, everything is better in the Philippines, and you know what? I think they may have a good point there. And another good thing about going over there, too, is you get to learn about the country, you get to see some of their ways, their culture, and experience, their life. And some of it's going to be things that shocks you a little that you're not really used to seeing. But wait, I think probably right now would be a good time to tell you a shorter story that could help you while you're there. My friend Kevin put a thought in my head that helped me every day that I was in the Philippines. So I want to share his wisdom with you because I know it can help you just like it did me. As you know, or you're going to learn, the Philippines is very different from the West. And over in the West, we have our expectations set to a certain level. As Kevin said, think of your trip as a rustic camping trip. Maybe no running water. You might be taking a cold shower. I just can't get that one out of my mind. It just stays with me. You could be eating your food right off an open fire in their kitchen. And don't get upset when the street food vendors don't wash their hands while they're serving you. And you're probably going to see a lot of poverty. Okay. What I'm trying to say is, if your expectations are high, you may be disappointed. However, if you look at the experience of the camping trip, your expectations will not be as high. So you won't feel let down if things don't go just perfect. But the good news is if your experience is better, you're going to feel like you had a great camping trip, okay? And I can't tell you how many times I thought about that. And I keep it in mind, and I kept it in mind every time I took one of those cold showers. Now, I got to be fair, okay? Not all the hotels have cold showers. The more expensive ones probably don't. But if you're just average and spending an average amount of money, then chances are you could get a hotel with a cold shower. The one I really like is you get all excited because you got a hotel with a hot shower in it, and you get in there and turn it on, and that puppy don't work, okay? You still gonna take a cold shower, all right? So just keep that camping trip in your mind, and all will be okay. I hope as we're going along in our journey, you're learning some things, and there's so much more that I have that I'm going to share with you. So much information I'm going to be giving you. Some of that information is going to surprise you. Some of that information is going to be pretty hard to find if you're the one looking for it, because you just don't know where to go and where to get that information, so it makes it pretty difficult. It's kind of like hanging on to a bull when you go, you're a bull rider in a rodeo, and man, things get rough and violent and tough and hard for you to find. Well, don't worry. I'm going to make your ride a lot smoother. Hey, maybe I'll get you one of those smooth saddles, okay? Okay, before we move on, I have another question. And you knew that was coming because I'm just full of questions because I want you to think, all right? Next thing I want you to think about, what do you expect as far as an age gap between a beautiful, long-haired, 21 Asian girl and a Western man? What kind of age gap will you expect? What do you think is normal? Well, I've talked to hundreds of Asian women, and I got news for you. I have a secret to share with you. And the question is, does age matter to an Asian woman in a long-distance relationship? Boy, that's going to be a doozy, okay? So let's just slide on over to the next video and let me give you the real answer. Come on.